Hey guys, my name's Keith, and I like to adventure.
I made it to England, where I will be helping a host family for a week, taking care of their grounds and their horses. I was so lucky to get them as my hosts because they took wonderful care of me. I had my own place to stay and sleep and watch Top Gear. It was awesome. But here, let me show you around a little bit. If you can't tell, I was quite happy to be here. So besides eating all their food, my task for the week would be to clear the fence line of any hedges that were growing over and just getting in the way and looking kind of gnarly. It was a pretty nice place to work though. If I had to pick any field to chainsaw around all day, I'd pick this field. And these horses. The one in front is Pablo and the one behind him is named Ronnie. Enough pets, I gotta get back to chainsawing. They pretty much left me to my own devices during the day, so I would work until I got really tired, then I'd eat some lunch, chill out a little bit, and then I'd get back to work. My host, Claire, was a wonderful lady who wanted me to experience everything that I could when I was in town, so she would take me out to different places and show me around. These are manual channel locks that you can open and close so you can raise the water level to bring your boat up to a higher level or bring it down. And we explored around the streams and rivers in Ripon. Quite a lovely little town. I had a wonderful time there. After getting back from our walk, you know it's time for some dinner. I was very spoiled here. I gotta tell you, cutting into a baguette feels a little bit different after chainsawing all day. What I mean by that is basically my brain was telling me that the knife was gonna kick back and hit me in the face. But anyway, that was my lunch. Now, gotta get back to work. Finishing up work and petting the horses, it was time for our excursion of the afternoon. This time we're going to Fountains Abbey, which was absolutely mind-blowing, so stick around if you don't know what Fountains Abbey is. So first we start off at the Studley Royal House, which was established in the 18th century along with the Studley Royal Estate, where Fountains Abbey sits today. And apparently some royal guests have stayed at that house, but I was more impressed with the older stuff, such as the old corn mill, also known as the Fountains Mill, that was used as a power source to make corn flour, among other things, since the 12th century. And now we make our way towards Fountains Abbey. Truly one of the craziest historic sites I've ever seen, and tucked away in the middle of nowhere in Yorkshire. It was founded in the 12th century with a smaller church, but as it continued to grow and serve more monks and more people in the community, it started to look more like the ruins that we can see today. And they are in fact ruins because of Henry VIII. Yes, that Henry VIII, who ordered the dissolution of monasteries, basically closing down all abbeys and monasteries across England, Ireland, and Wales in 1539. It was pretty crazy to try to imagine the kind of community that would have lived here. And it also amazed me to think about just how much time and effort it takes to build a place like this. I think it goes to show what can happen when people really believe in something. And the fact that there are multiple historic sites like this around the world for different religions is pretty amazing to me. Alright, I'll quit talking now and let you guys see for yourself what Fountains Abbey and the rest of the estate has to offer. And that'll take us to the end of our tour of Fountains Abbey. I've been your guide, Keith Johnson. Hope to see you next time. Now I gotta get back to work. These boys are pretty silly. What are you doing, Pablo? No. Ronnie, not you too.
You ready for this? Oh, yeah. Look in here. Oh, yeah.
Just got work done for the day. After a good dinner and a good night's rest, it was time to go explore Whitby, where they had another smaller abbey. But the most peculiar thing about Whitby is not what lies in sight, but what lies in the shadows. Okay. Aside from the tiny Dracula museum, there wasn't actually much scary stuff in this cute little English coast town. Also, James Cook statue. But yeah, if you didn't know, in Bram Stoker's Dracula, the man himself visits this coastside town and eats all the fish and chips. Or something like that, I don't know. But in the book, Bram Stoker describes the surroundings almost perfectly, and it seems pretty similar to what it was like back in the day. And in the book, he says that Dracula turns himself into a black dog and is running around. So I started looking for black dogs to see if I could find which one was him. And these are the famous steps that go to the abbey. But making our way back, I was thoroughly impressed with Whitby. Thanks again to Claire and Christopher for being such good hosts. And Bertie and Milo, even though Bertie was naughty. And the next day, I made a good breakfast, because we had some more fun things to do. Here's Claire showing how it's done. You'll see me later. I don't look anywhere as cool as that. Thanks to Ronnie for letting me get on his back. He's a very good boy. And that was just the morning. The next task of the day was to go on a hike to Brimham Rocks. Back home, we had a lovely roast dinner, and I slept real good that night. Yeah, Ronnie and Pablo were always curious about what I was doing with the chainsaw. Just clearing up some more space for you guys. After some lunch, we went to the Ripon Town Square, where apparently the tradition of the Ripon Hornblower has been going on every night since 886 AD. But anyways, we were going to the Ripon Cathedral as well today. They really know how to do it big out there in England. Take note, Salt Lake City. And within this cathedral, there are wooden carvings that inspired Alice in Wonderland. And in this park, somebody with a chainsaw was inspired to create more carvings. Now heading home for some dinner and Eve's pudding, which is really good, and watching our favorite show. Don't the boys look so dapper here?
It's my last day in Ripon. Man, I've had such a nice day here. Still working though. Whoa. I've had a wonderful stay at this place. It feels a bit strange that in just a few hours I'm gonna be in London.
Yep, and just like that, I'd have to be on the road again. Thanks again to Claire and Christopher for letting me stay. My next stop is London. Just a 2-hour ride away. In first class, because I was confused about my ticket, and I just rolled with it. And here we are, home of Harry Potter. I've got one evening and one full day to stay in London. And I think I did a pretty good job of doing everything I needed to do there. So yeah, come with me for a weekend in London.
I made it to London. Let's go.
And here's me checking into my hostel. Definitely not the best, but hey, it was a place to lay my head. And after checking in, I went for a little walk to get some dinner and just have a little bit of space. But I ended up walking like 3 miles straight to Big Ben. So, okay.
How did I get here? Alright, I got some oats in me, and I'm back on the streets again. In London, exploring London, let's go.
And again, I kind of stumbled my way into seeing the change of guard at Buckingham Palace. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. And before this, I had a very chill conversation on a park bench with a Londoner. Also, did you know that in some places around London, they just have parakeets flying around? I didn't. But I did know I was hungry, so I got some Jollibees, and that was really good. First time eating Jollibees, 10 out of 10. Then I went to explore Chinatown a little bit. And I also went to the British Museum. Yes, that British Museum where they have everything. Like, I'm not kidding. They have the Rosetta Stone and portraits of emperors done while they were still alive. So just crazy stuff to see. And much more. I could have spent all day there, but I'm going to be honest with y'all, I was very tired. I kind of just wanted to go back to my bed. But that's not an option. This is my only day in London, so explored a little bit more, and I got to recoup somehow. Perhaps with a nap at the park. Now I'm heading to another park to get a nice view of the city skyline. Man, looking back on this stuff makes me realize just how much of a city you can explore if you got about 16 hours and don't mind walking around and taking buses everywhere. Just finished dinner. Now I'm gonna see Les Mis. Let's go! Yeah, I bought matinee tickets that morning and just hopped into one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life, which ended at like 11. So the next morning I had to catch a plane at 6:30 a.m.
Streets again. I just can't wait to get on the streets again.
Yeah, rations low, water low, energy low, but spirits high. Because you know where I'm going? I'm going to Iceland. Yeah, I'm not kidding when I say this next episode is going to be an absolute banger. So if you're not subscribed already, please. And thank you.
I'm so cold right now. It's so cold.